Thank you for staying with us. Now, Moses, let me come back to you to continue from where we stopped. Let's look at the issue of human rights violation. They say if you shut down the internet, you are violating the rights of your citizens. Do you agree with this assertion?
So on the one side, let me first from the economic human rights angle, because I think that's important. A lot of studies have been done. Indeed, we're also doing one more study to show how when you shut down the internet, the economic cost associated with that. And economic human rights, things like access to markets or access to fairly priced goods or access to information that helps your business make rational decisions. All that is important. But I guess where we need to put much more effort is around the freedom of expression area when it comes to not having options around the internet. As one, internet is very it lowers incredibly the barriers to entry of information or economy and all. So a lot of people prefer the internet to communicate more than they would traditional means due to the cost and the efficiency. Now, when you then deny people that, yet they have moved their resources and their dependency level is extremely high on the internet. Then what you're doing is denying people actually, just directions around how that they can use the internet. So we should look at it from a very comprehensive point, both from freedom of access, freedom of information, freedom of association, economic, determination. There should not be that sense of discrimination, economy suffering. Human rights will come in secondary, or human rights are central, economics will come second. I think these are all interconnected and feed from each other. So we should look at it from a comprehensive point of view. Think about when journalists are arrested, like say in countries during protests. When you arrest journalists and then they cannot express themselves online, they flee the country. When you take off now the last remaining beacon of hope for information flow in that country, what you're doing then is you're killing off any alternative voice, and that will have its ripple effects in the human rights ecosystem and the very idea of social existence.
So in a nutshell, how can we stop this moving forward in the future?
For us to increase responsiveness and sensitivities from governments that are thinking or practicing such drastic measures as internet shutdowns. Yeah. Pressure from all sides, especially strategic business partners. So think about direct foreign investments coming into countries. And then they know, if we go to, say, country X, we will not be assured that our offices in the HQs back, wherever it is they're coming from, can connect to that country directly. Think of, say, the United Nations and all the countries that are doing this. That kind of pressure hopefully can bring to bear the sensitivities around why internet shutdown is counterproductive even to the ends being sought by such governments. Number two, which I raised, was increasing internet access in terms of infrastructure, capacity building around helping people understand why they need the internet. The more you increase internet access, the less you are likely to have internet shutdowns. I gave the example of Ghana and their elections last year, and I gave the example of a country like the Gambia, just both in West Africa. If you compare the internet penetration rate of those countries, you can tell where you have lower connectivities, you have higher chances of internet shutdowns happening. And of course, these things have their own political and social context. Countries with low internet connectivity rates most likely have political concerns in those countries. So you have a country like Ethiopia, which has one of the lowest connectivity rates in Africa. Not that they don't have the capacity to deploy connectivity across the country, but it's deliberate choice around control of communication systems. So that's my point. Let's increase internet access, and also let's increase pressure from as many partners across the world?
People tend to like go for petitions and stuff like that. I think I can count how many petitions I've signed myself. So I don't know if that works, but I think people can stand up and be against that, and then things should be considered. I mean, by the number of people who are against. Another thing is, like I said, there should be option of censorship. And then awareness as well. Like, sometimes I see a lot of businesses or organizations, even the government, doing things without explanations, like just cut off something or just out of the blue, no explanation, nothing, just something comes and block your face there, So you'd be shocked what's going on. So awareness is very good. It's very good, and I think there should be a lot of it before any action is taken.
Well, for me, I believe Nigeria has gone past that stage. Though we're not there in our democracy is actually somewhere. I don't see that succeeding. Some time ago, some people in the House were talking about punishing people that say some words, some derogatory words against some of the leaders, maybe those senators and the rest of them. And I know it was kicked against, and people didn't really even accept it. And when I heard such kind of news, I began to ask myself: do they have the know-how to monitor people, or are they going to be human beings who are going to be there trying to check everybody's Facebook profile, try to check 80 million people's Facebook profile or Twitter profile, or trying to see what they're doing? Do we have systems? Do we have knowledge to actually build that? So for the issue of having an internet shutdown, I believe Nigeria has gone past that level, and I don't ever see that happening here in Nigeria.
All right, thank you, Moses. Thank you, David. Thank you, Ahmed, all for joining us on the program today and sharing your thoughts. But then that's where we have to leave the conversation. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Stay with us. The tributes for late Nollywood actress who died after childbirth in Canada is still catching the attention of YouTubers as it comes in 5th position in this week's most viewed videos. In 4th is the reunion of the kidnapped Chibok girls with their parents after being in captivity for over 3 years.
2 years of Buhari's change agenda of Buhari's presidency is what I describe as a misadventure for Nigerians.
Third spot is taken by the call made by Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose on President Muhammadu Buhari to resign from office.
While praying for our president to recover very quickly, why is he finding it difficult to be morally upright and resign?
The video of the conduct of APC local government primaries in Lagos, which turned violent, takes the 2nd place. And in 1st place is the sexual molestation of a 13-year-old boy in Bauchi State.
I went out begging when I came across a man who promised to buy me food. He lured me into a bush and assaulted me. I screamed, but no one heard. When he finished, he gave me 40 naira.
And those were the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. If the video you were expecting didn't show up, of course, just go to our YouTube channel. It's www.youtube.com/channelsweb. Watch the video and even share with your friends, family, and foes if you like. But then that's where we wrap up the program this week. Thank you for watching. But don't forget, the conversation continues via the social media addresses showing on your screen. I'm Victor Matthias. Bye for now.